Oh man, so a little bit of everybody caught some strays on Club Shay when Katt Williams went on the platform and let the chopper spring. Now one of those comedians happened to be Kevin Hart, and he actually responded to Katt Williams, calling him an industry plant and also saying that he passed up on some roles that had some homosexual activity in it that he didn't agree with, and they went to Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart had some light things to say, but his homie Spank Horton, one of the Plastic Cup boys, he really went in calling Katt Williams a liar. Now, first thing first, let me catch y'all up with what Katt Williams said.
Guy Tori did a beautiful special about the Comedy Store and Fat Tuesday, where he said that Steve and Cedric and Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish came through there and made... All lies. Steve and Cedric never performed at the Comedy Store at all. Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words. He just did his documentary with Chris Rock where he shows you that his whole upbringing in comedy was on the East Coast.
Yeah, it was.
So how simultaneously was he here in Los Angeles doing the same thing? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies, but Jussie Smollett gonna keep lying until you say we don't believe you. Like, it's important in the checks and balances of the universe that liars not get to make complete narratives for themselves. For a 5-year period, every single movie that Kevin Hart did was a movie that had been on my desk, that all I had said was, just, can we take some of this step and fetch it shit out? And then I can do it. Like, it don't need to be overtly homosexual, because I'm not homosexual, right? It doesn't need that to be funny, right? And me saying that and them going, oh yeah, no problem, and then going to give it to this other guy and having him do it just like it was, and acting like I'm a bad person because I keep standing on my standard. But yeah, it's interesting, but I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, again,
Okay, so in response to that, Kevin Hart responds by posting his movie trailer and using it like this. So he says, gotta get that anger about your chimp. It's honestly sad. In the meantime, please enjoy my movie trailer to my next film, Lift, which will be airing on Netflix in 8 days. There's a moment in the trailer where Google Bantha Ross says they really love you. I now know she's talking about Katt. Mark your calendars, real. This one is special. Okay, so Kev is using this situation to promote his new movie that's coming out. I guess that's the business play about it, right? But one thing I will say, that this shows you how big Katt Williams is and how competitive comedians are, because they're not letting this one slide up under the rug. Everybody responding and responding fast as hell. Now let's get to what Spank Horton guys to say. Once again, this is one of the Plastic Cup boys. So he says he called Kev a plant. It's been a few comedians that moved to LA after they got deals in Montreal. Shaking my head, that nigga be saying anything. And then in regards to the situation with Katt Williams saying that said doesn't have any Netflix special, this person posted this and he says, man, he lies a lot. That man don't have 12 specials either. Also, his first was on HBO. He didn't pay $22K for his own. This person says the only time I've seen Katt live is when Kev was on tour with them at a Tower Theater. It was Kev's first big show back in Philly. Calling him a plant now is wild. And Spank replies saying he lied on there, saying he never toured with them. It was Kev, Katt, Tracy Morgan, JB Smooth, and a couple others on tour together. Spank also said he comes back every 3 to 5 years to talk about the same shit. So instead of telling the truth, you want to lie about the movies that hit your desk first. LOL, what homosexual role did Kev do in them 5 movies? You couldn't leave the country to do Fool's Gold in Australia, so the role got passed to Kev. And it's a lot more things that Spank is saying on his Twitter. Y'all can go ahead and check it out over there. But those are the most notable things that I wanted to share with you guys. But just to go ahead and bring up some things from the past with Kevin Hart speaking more in length on his situation. You know, this little comedy beef with Katt Williams. This is some audio from a few years ago with Kevin Hart speaking on Katt Williams on The Breakfast Club.
My frustration with Katt Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood.
Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You had the shot.
Katt was in that position at one point.
You were the guy.
Yeah.
You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work. You fucked off promo shoots. You fucked off your promo fucking trips that they had set up for you. You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios stopped fucking with you.
Why was he a risk?
He chose drugs.
Oh, okay.
Take responsibility for what you chose and say, you know what? I got to fix me, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to stand up for comedy. So when you say Tiffany Haddish doesn't deserve or isn't really a comedian and these other women have worked hard, which they have. Shouts out to Melanie Camacho. Shouts out to Lunel. Shouts out to Leslie Jones, who are all underneath the umbrella of Katt Williams. Katt Williams, have you ever used your platform to fucking bring the people that were under you up? You haven't. So because you haven't, don't shit on those that now are. I've used my platform and I brought my guys and girls up. The brand of Kevin Hart is a brand that's expanded so fucking far, whether you like me or not. My presence in comedy will forever be felt because I'm a fucking boss. I sit on the top of it, and the opportunities I'm giving are the ones that I'm creating. So take responsibility for what you did. You fuck you. Nobody else did. You don't hear Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, the Kings of Comedy, Seinfeld. You don't hear George Lopez, Eddie Griffin. You don't hear fucking who else can I go down the road of other comedians? Steve Martin, Martin Short. You don't hear the guys that got on top and that made it by doing what they love complain about the people that are coming under them. The reason why is because they're happy with themselves. Don't blame everybody else for your shit. Don't shit on my sister Light because you're not happy with your shit. This shit is earned. It's not given. I don't give a fuck if you're a Tiffany Haddish fan or not. It's earned. Tiffany Haddish got years in the game. It's not an accident that Tiffany Haddish got an opportunity to star in a movie. It's not an accident that that character popped in the movie.
Alright, so y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about all this in the comment section below. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here though. This is another update with Stace. Yo.
For a 5-year period, every single movie that Kevin Hart did was a movie that had been on my desk. That all I had said was, just, can we take some of this step and fetch it shit out? And then I can do it. Like, it don't need to be overtly homosexual, because I'm not homosexual, right? It doesn't need that to be funny, right? And me saying that and them going, oh yeah, no problem. And then going to give it to this other guy and having him do it just like it was. And acting like I'm a bad person because I keep standing on my standard. But, yeah, it's interesting, but I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, again, I'm